Alrighty, folks, it's Farrell down here at the Ogden Arts Festival. They got jugglers and bands and all kinds of artwork. Let's take a walk around and see what there is to see. I'm here with
Jason Workman.
And can you tell me, besides painting Union Station, can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing down here?
I'm just doing the quick draw contest at the Ogden Arts Festival.
Have you done it before in the past?
No, this is the first time I've ever done it.
And so, can you tell me a little bit about what the Quick Draw Festival is?
Well, the quick draw is you get about 2.5 hours to draw something in the festivities, and then it goes up in competition with the other artists about to see who wins, and then they'll go up for auction right there. So it's like,
oh, really? So it's
fresh art right here.
Don't touch it. It's still, you're going to screw it up. You'll smudge it. Alrighty, I'm here with
Keisha.
And can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing down here today?
I'm just volunteering my time down here, handing out information brochures to anyone who may need it if they want to know where like a specific booth is or where the food is, the most important part.
So you've probably been sitting at the table. Have you had a chance to go look at anything?
We did look around when we first walked in, and we got here about 9:45 when everybody was still kind of setting up, so we got first glances at everything.
Alrighty, I'm here with
Kyle Guyman.
And can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing down here today?
I'm a vendor here at the Ogden Arts Festival. I make handmade pottery. This is some of the stuff I'd like to make. I like to make more of the unique artistic stuff than, yeah.
It's a vase. It's not going to hold much water, though, is it?
That's all right. This one doesn't need to hold water.
So without giving away too many secrets, how do you do something like that? Do you make the leaves? How does that work?
So I throw that one on the potter's wheel, and then I hand draw the leaves, and then I put it on, and then I cut out all the pieces in between, and then I paint them different colors.
So how long have you been painting for?
Oh, off and on for 20 years or so, I guess. I'm not sure.
Where do you get your ideas from painting? Because everybody seems like everybody paints, but everybody always has a different idea. Where do you get your ideas from?
You just try and look at things to see how you can bring the elegance and the pretty elements to what you want to see, you know what I mean?
So you bought a big pocket of money so you could buy a bunch of art, right?
Oh, see, I left my purse in the car. I was smart. I'd go home and my husband would be like, where's the money? Look at this great painting I bought, though.
See, my wife doesn't allow me to have any money at all because I do the same thing.
Same thing, I have his debit card.
Well, I used to have one of them too, but she took that away as well.
You know the saying, what's his is mine and what's mine is mine.
That's probably, in my situation, in my wife's defense, that's probably best.
Good woman, good woman.
All righty, well, thank you for talking with me. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. Have a good day.
So how long does something like that take? I imagine you'd probably be a little bit of work to get it to that point.
Yeah, that one takes me around 7-8 hours, something around that. These ones back here.
Oh, wow.
Like this crane vase, that one usually takes around 10 hours. So I hand throw it, and then I wait for it to harden up until it gets leather hard. Then once it gets leather hard, then I come through and draw the crane on there, and then I hand carve it.
Oh, wow, that's pretty intricate as well. Holy smokes, so 10 hours or something like that?
Yeah.
So just paint the stuff you like and forget about the rest of it.
It's art, you know? If it was design, then you have to do it for somebody else. But if it's art, it's kind of a camaraderie with how you feel about the situation, you know?
Alrighty, well, hey, I will let you go because you only got 2 hours. You dropped your bowl, but luckily nothing fell out. You only got about 2 hours, so I'll let you get back to work, but thank you for talking with me.
Thank you.
Alrighty, I am here with
Vanessa Colunga.
And can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing down here?
Yeah, I have my booth here, a Colunga art booth. I'm a mixed media portrait artist. I'm focusing in the pop culture horror genre.
What does mixed media mean? I've heard that before. You gluing marbles to sandpaper?
You know what? Mixed media can mean a lot of things. Here, I'll show you what I do. I have my awesome dad make me wooden boxes. So I'll start with the wooden box and make sure it's nice and sanded. And then I will get like computer printer paper and I will cut it up in a million different pieces. And I will Mod Podge it down actually. And then I'll sketch everything out with a charcoal pencil. And then the rest is India ink. So it's just mixed media just means you're using more than one thing to create. So
what's something you say you got an hour to kill and you want to make something? What could you make in an hour?
I could make a lot of stuff in an hour, like a couple mugs, a couple bowls.
Whole bunch of plates?
Yeah.
So like, you know, if you need some, I want to say China, but that's not the right word. If you need some utensils to eat with, you could just make a plate and a bowl in a hurry and...
Oh yeah, just throw it in the kiln and put it out and you're eating the same day.
So tell me about this. I just saw this. That is really cool. That's another one of those things you did kind of the same idea as that?
Yeah, so this was actually for a video game theme-based show for a gallery out in Salt Lake a couple months ago. And, you know, what better video game than Mario?
Mario, yeah, no, that's really cool.
So I decided to do the Mario for that show. And
Alrighty, I'm here with
Alex Bray.
And Alex, could you tell me a little bit about what you've got going on here?
Yeah, we just have a couple of 3D printers going, just promoting my new little startup out in the industrial park. We do a lot of little artsy projects for people, pretty much anything people can think up.
So, what's like the coolest thing you've ever made? Like, or the most difficult thing you've ever made?
Oh, it's hard for me to choose favorites. I mean, probably the most ingenious one, real simple. It's just a little handle. It had 3 little hooks on the bottom. It's for elderly people, people with arthritis to actually carry grocery bags. I thought that was a great idea.
India ink, what is that? Special ink imported from India? How does...
You know what? India ink, like, have you seen people that write out of wells? They have wells of ink.
Yes, with a quill pen, like the Declaration of Independence people.
So I have many wells of India ink, and they're all different colors. And instead of using like a quill, I'll use a paintbrush. So, yeah. So
how long would it take, once you've got the Mod Podge and everything, how long does it take from sketching it to painting it?
Sketching to painting, this probably only took 2 hours. It's the actual prep time that takes forever. It can take, like, let's say, the original of this gremlin probably took almost a week just to Mod Podge right. And
So do you have website, Facebook, somewhere we can get a hold of you if we want to get some of this?
yeah, you can just like us on Facebook, Kyle Guyman Pottery, and just like us on Facebook. I have business cards, but you know, you guys can't get those. But yeah, just go to Facebook, Kyle Guyman Pottery, and like us, and that's where you can find us. If you like some of the stuff, message me, and I can get a hold of you.
So when you're doing stuff like this, I mean, do you scan stuff in, or do you have to manually put all the measurements and everything into a CAD program? How does it work?
Oh, there's actually a couple different ways to do it. You can scan it in, you can draft it up in the computer using a CAD program. Just depends on the requirements for the object.
What's the biggest thing you've ever made?
Our limitations are about 10 inches cubed. On these machines right here, it'd probably be something about like this here. This I actually did in 2 different parts. But we do have some bigger machines that we can use.
It looks like it was like pages out of a book. Is that what that was?
actually the printer paper. I don't know if you're familiar with the Gremlins TV show, but there's 3 rules to keep to keep the mogwais from...
I know what it is. It's you don't feed them after midnight, you don't get them wet, and I got the 2 important ones. I don't know what the 3rd one is. I can't remember.
Let's see, you don't get them in the sunlight. They don't.
Oh, they don't like bright light. That's right. How could I forget that?
And so I printed off the rules. This one is actually called the 3 rules. That's what this piece is called. And so I just pasted that down, printed it out, pasted it down, and we do them in all different sizes here. Like I have this mini. This is an original, and I know your camera's probably not going to get it, but these little lines on this paper is actually Edgar Allan Poe's poem, The Telltale Heart. So if you look at it super close, like with a microscope, it's pretty awesome. Do them in all sizes, big and small.
I know very little about pottery, but you have to put this like in some type of oven, right, and heat it up and...
Yeah, it goes inside of a kiln. So what you do is you throw it, or you make it, and then you let it dry, and then you put it inside of the kiln, which is a bisque, and then it comes out, and then you have to glaze it, which is all the pretty colors on the outside, and then you put it into a second kiln. and that's the second firing, and then it comes out of that.
So do you have your own, or do you send it out somewhere to be done, or how does that work?
No, yeah, I don't send it out.
Do it all yourself.
Yeah, you got to do it yourself.
Because then it's not yours if you send it out, right?
Well, yeah, and then plus you can't manipulate it, and you don't know exactly how it's going to turn out.
Oh, yes, I see. So makes sense. I'm kind of an idiot. Maybe you noticed.
Oh, no. No, you're not at all.
See, I'm not an idiot. It's true. All righty, well, thank you for talking with me.
Thank you very much.
So, let's say someone wanted to have you make something. If they can make something, is there a way they can get a hold of you, contact information?
Oh, of course. I've got a email, phone number. Just got a little shop out 24th. Just give me a call. Let me know what you need. I can make pretty much anything for you.
Okay. What's your number?
It will be 801-528-2861.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
So let's say somebody sees something they want to get. Do you have contact information we can get a hold of you?
I do. I'm on the Facebook, www.facebook.com/Kolunga-art. And then my email address, which is kolunga-art@hotmail.com. And I will always be around. I'm around in Ogden. Always doing events, always having shows.
All righty, well, hey, I appreciate your time, and we'll look for your stuff. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. Come out to the Ogden Arts Festival, guys. It's awesome.
Let me steal one of these cards. All righty, I come down to the Ogden Arts Festival, and I run into the world-famous Steve Stones, correct?
I don't know if I'm world famous, but pretty well known in this community.
Well, I'm not world famous, and I still bill myself as a world famous Farrell Lafferty.
You're famous to me, Farrell.
So can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing down here today?
I'm here. I've got a booth at the Ogden Arts Festival at Union Station. I'm showing my work, having a good time, meeting a lot of interesting people, talking about my work for people that come in and ask questions and want to know a little bit about it.
You know the best part about this is I never thought I'd come meet two troublemakers right here, John and Tracy, right?
That's what we are.
So
this is our troublemaker right here.
Yeah, I'm a troublemaker.
John, when are you going to get a bluebird painted on your cheek like Tracy?
I did, but I washed my face.
No, we went like that. And
Is that what happened?
he transferred it to my face.
Alrighty, I am here with
Ron Atencio.
the world famous Ron Atencio, correct?
Yeah, world famous, international, yes.
So can you tell me a little bit about what it is you're doing down here?
Well, we're part of the music stage, for the arts festival, so we add the music.
So where do you find your musicians that come down and play?
Well, we have a jurying process, so they apply to get onto the stage, and we got about 80 applicants on average every year, and then we pick about 18 of them, and simple as that.
So where would somebody go to find out about applying to be a band?
To our website, ogdenartsfestival.com.
Easy as that.
Easy as that.
I actually have a question that doesn't have to do with your art, or maybe it does, I don't know. But because I follow you on Facebook, and I notice you're quite the horror film fanatic, but not the newer style, like the older style, like silent movies and whatever brought you to that?
Ever since I was a kid, I've always loved silent era films. I've always loved films in the 50s and 60s. I just feel that those films are much more classics than what we see in movie theaters today. So all of that's always been an inspiration to my work.
So what have you seen down here? What are you going to buy anything?
Yeah, I already have.
Have you?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
You going to buy me anything?
I already have.
It's a surprise, huh? All right. Well.
Yeah. It's for Father's Day. Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say I'm old enough to be John's dad. That must make me at least, what, 29?
Yeah.
Did you say 70? Oh, 170.
170, yeah. I spent $100.
Let's not be brutal here, all right?
So what kind of bands you guys got going this year?
Well, here's the list. Today we have, right now Shannon Blake is playing. So we're right here on the beginning. We have Acoustic, Easton Hayes, Hoodoo, Holy Revolver, Raccoon Dog, Baker Street Blues Band, Float the Boat, Hectic Hobo, and Wanagani. That's our lineup for today.
So I see you've got like a lot of folk and indie.
Yeah.
Is it open to any kind of music, or do you like to kind of keep it in this genre of?
Well, we try to keep it in kind of that genre because, it's kind of general music, that's not too loud and people, a lot of families like and so on. But Yeah, it's pretty open. Reggae is a good style. Americana, pop, indie, a lot of folk.
Do you think the older style films were harder to make because they had to be maybe better actors or something because they didn't have like the CGI and all the stuff that we have today?
I think that's one of many reasons why I greatly appreciate older films is that they weren't as easy to make. They didn't rely on digital technology. They were more focused on story, plot, screenplay, things like that. They weren't always about, like a film today is always about technology, and it seems like films of today are more focused on special effects and not a whole lot in terms of story.
29. Well, we'll go
29. That's right.
All right.
It's like I said. I may be over the hill, but I'm picking up speed fast.
For sure. Alrighty, guys. Well, hey, I'll let you go ahead and peruse, but I just had to stop you and give you bad time for half a second.
That's all
We're
right.
at
We
the
always love
Ogden Arts
talking to you.
Festival.
So if you're a death rock band, probably best not to apply.
Probably you're right. Or a hardcore or screaming metal or something, yeah.
Kind of family friendly.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
don't want to offend the children.
That's right.
Or most of the adults for that matter.
That's right, yeah. Grandma and Grandpa doesn't like that.
Alrighty, Ron. Well, hey, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
See ya. All right.
In a way, the older effects, by today's standards, of course, they're super cheesy, but I think they're cool to watch how they've done it, like King Kong, the original King Kong. How you look at it now and you're like, oh my heaven, that's the most cheesy thing ever, but it's still really awesome.
A lot of that stuff, even though we look at it today and it looks kind of fake, to me that's the charm of watching it. It's like watching a fifth grade stage performance or play. You know that a lot of the props and things that are going on in the play are amateurish, but at the same time it's still playful and fun to watch, even though it's not very professional.
Okay. Alrighty, I am here with
Roberta Beverly.
And Roberta, can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing down here?
I am here to give away blank canvases to artists. The whole idea is you get a blank canvas if you're an artist, and you agree that you will put a lovely painting on it. If you need watercolor, you get a watercolor board and put over the top. And then around the 1st of November, you get it back to us, or before. You get it back to the station, and we scan all of the paintings in, then we hang them in the lobby, and then we have the night of November 8th. We get a whole bunch of people here. We have food, we have drink, we have lots of things going on, and
she bumped my microphone.
I'm sorry, microphone.
Alrighty, I am here with
Lisa Stover.
And can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing down here today?
Well, I'm selling the wares. I blow glass for a living. I've been doing it for 18 years. I live in Boise, Idaho, and I'm here enjoying beautiful Ogden.
There's not much to do in Boise other than blow grass, really, is there?
There's rivers, there's mountain biking, there's all kinds of stuff, but mostly I spend all my time in the hot shop.
So I think that's got to be a pain. It's got to be hotter than heck in there, right, to get the glass to melt, and you must have like crazy powerful lungs.
Lungs, it's not really about the lungs, it's about the cheek pressure, but yes, it's hot in the hot shop. We do it all winter.
So is there a place, say someone's interested in seeing one of these old silent films, is there a place that someone can go like online or something and watch those? Is there...
I have a collection of old films. I just watch them from my own personal library, but I would assume that you can look at, you can watch old films on YouTube. I've seen many films that are now public domain, meaning that they haven't had their copyright renewed, that you can watch them on YouTube and other websites.
And then all of the paintings, as you see here from 2012, all these paintings will be sold for no more than $99 a piece.
Yeah, and we talked about that, and I think you should sell them for $104. That way you can reimburse the artist for their work, or their oil and their brushes.
The artists are the best part of this. They are very gracious and generous, and they gladly give these to the station.
Them artists are good people, because I wouldn't give away anything for free.
They are wonderful people.
I'll give my opinion for free.
Yeah.
But no one wants it.
This is a total fundraiser. Yeah, right. They won't pay you for that.
So when you're making something like this, how long does that take from like beginning to end?
Well, these pieces take about an hour, but it's about a 2-day prep. You have to make these little flowers here, and this is a design I was working out for this, so the color background. So it's 3 layers of color, and then a layer clear, and then we draw this tree on with glass, and we pull it and make it kind of, whimsical. And then I put another layer of glass over it, and then pick up the speckles and the flowers.
And now that I look at it, it's like 3-dimensional. There's layers to it you can see in there.
Layers to it. And then I get that all put together and then put more glass on top of it so that it makes it more magnified.
Well, maybe what you need to do is have the first international world-famous Steve Stone's Film Festival and show all these old movies.
That could work, yeah.
It could be an art show and a movie show all at the same time.
Absolutely. Then fans would understand where a lot of my inspiration comes from.
There you go.
Watching these old films.
Well, I don't want to do it because it's too much work for me, but I'm looking forward to the first annual world-famous Steve Stone's Film Festival.
I'll get right on it.
All right, thank you, Steve. Appreciate it.
Always good to see you, Farrell.
This is a fundraiser for the Union Station for the gallery, and the artists are very generous.
Just to help pay the bills and the upkeep and the maintenance and everything.
Exactly.
So, I noticed how you put the tag on there, if you're an artist. I mean, I couldn't just take and write my name on this and put it up there.
No, well, the whole idea is since it is a fundraiser, we would like to see really good art on the pieces so people will want to buy them.
And no one would really pay for a drawing of my name anyway, would they?
No, but once somebody paid for a Merrill Cook. No, not Merrill Cook. He was
some political guy, right?
Football guy.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, we got him to do one, and he signed his name on it. It was really just the name, and it sold.
Wow.
For the name, for the art.
Yeah, but I really think about it. I'm Farrell from Ogden. No one knows me.
I don't know. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but
it's all right. Yeah, probably not. All right, Roberta. Well, we will find an artist and get something drawn on here and get it turned in.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for talking with me.
Bye-bye.
So what's your favorite thing to make?
These right now.
Right now, your favorite? Whatever's new and not boring?
Exactly. They're always making, new things and trying to create new things. So.
What's the most difficult thing you've ever made?
Bowls.
Bowls. It take a long time?
They just take a long time to learn to make them. They're tricky.
So have you ever made anything really cool and it's all done, and then while it's cooling down it just breaks, or it irritates y'all to...
you learn to let go.
You're like, oh, hooray, that's awesome, I broke it. Is that...
It's not awesome. You get frustrated, but, you get to make a new one. So.
You just melt the glass and start over.
Well, no, you usually trash it, or you can remake something out of it. I'll take it and tumble it or fuse it or make jewelry out of it or something.
Alrighty, I am here with...
Christopher.
And can you tell me, how did you learn how to juggle with that many balls?
Well, I was watching YouTube and a side video pulled up that said how to juggle in 5 minutes.
And so basically you learned how to juggle because of YouTube?
Yeah.
Really? So have you went and done this for money? Have you made money doing this?
Yes, I've juggled in 8 states.
Really? And what's the furthest place you went to juggle?
I think probably North Carolina, I'm guessing.
All the way to North Carolina, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, man. Alrighty, I am here with...
Russ Adams.
And Russ, can you tell me a little bit about what you've going on down here?
Yeah, we got some of our creatures that we make in the studio. All of them, obviously from figments of our own imagination. We've got masks and some shrunken heads and a couple of busts and stuff, and including our big lion over there, which is also a mask.
And somebody tried to bring a predator in on you.
Oh yeah, my mom-in-law.
Where do you get the glass from? Is there a place you buy it, or you go around collecting Coke bottles and breaking them up? How does that work?
You buy it concentrated colors. There's supply stores. You can make colors but it's a nasty business. It has to do with minerals and whatnot. But no, so we just buy the concentrated colors and put them in there, and then what you do with it from there makes the magic.
So is there a way somebody can get a hold of you, a website, something, look at your work? Is there?
I have a card right here.
Right there.
Stoverglass.com.
Alrighty, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So you got the balls and the clubs. Have you graduated to juggling chainsaws yet?
Not yet.
Not yet, but you put yet in there, so maybe you will one day.
Possibly.
No, don't do that. That's bad news. Maybe flaming swords. I've never seen anybody juggle flaming swords.
Me neither.
You probably better talk to your parents before you do anything like that. Don't listen to me.
Yeah, okay.
So, can you tell me a little bit about the process for making, say, something like this right here?
Yeah, it all starts out with a clay sculpture, and when you're done with the sculpture, you have to make this plaster mold of it. And when you separate the two, you're going to destroy your sculpture each and every time. So once you get it all cleaned out and then you got the mold ready to go, you just pour some liquid latex in there and wait a couple hours, and then you just peel it out like a sock, and you get this this blank looking thing here, and then you just paint it up, and sometimes it's a mask. It's the same process for a shrunken head as it is for one of the masks. It's just maybe a little more. Yeah, just bigger.
So can you tell me about the hair? Because the hair's kind of cool. Is that just glue on there, or how does that work?
Actually, it's hair punch. So we take this needle, and it has a little fork end on it, and it kind of like you just drive the hair in one at a time. And so it's like either seeding or hair punching is what we call it. So yeah, no glue involved. It just sort of like the latex actually holds it in place.
Alrighty, I am here with
Kristen Shalacki.
And can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing down here today?
Absolutely. Well, I am a film photographer still. I shoot with this old camera back here, medium format transparency film.
Oh, so this is all with film, not digital?
Absolutely, yeah.
So do you develop your own prints, or do you like send them to Walmart?
Black and white I can still do myself, but E6 transparency film I send to a lab in Denver, and they process it for me.
I was going to say, is it hard to find film? I mean, is that just like standard 35 millimeter film? How does that work?
No, it's 2 1/4, so 120 roll film.
Oh yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about. Like the Holga cameras that everybody's crazy about, right?
Yeah. So more difficult to find, less variety, but you can still order it online.
I was going to say, what does a roll of film cost you? Like 12 exposures?
Between $6 and $7.
Oh man, that's a lot. You can get a memory card for 14.
That's right. That's right.
What's your favorite thing to juggle?
Probably the balls.
The balls. All right. Well, we'll watch a little bit. I'll let you go. But if you could juggle a little more for me, I'd love it. And I think I'm cool because I can juggle like 3 oranges at Walmart.
Yeah, let's do an open right here.
How long would it take to do something like this?
It's usually about 20 minutes per square inch, but the more you do it, the quicker you get. This was probably a couple of hours, but the lion over there took me a week just to hair punch. It was a long amount of time.
So do you paint it and get it the way you want it, and then put the hair in it,
Yeah,
or
the hair is the very last thing you want to do to it.
That's the icing on the cake.
It is. But during the process of hair punching, sometimes you mess up the paint, and sometimes you got to go back with the airbrush and touch it up. But typically, the last thing you do is the hair.
It's got to be a little more difficult to do this because you really don't know what you have until it's developed, correct?
No instant gratification.
I know I remember I used to always think, why would people want 1 hour photo finishing? That's the dumbest thing ever. You can wait for 2 days. Now, if you don't see the picture right now, you're irritated.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I mean, I don't pump out as much work as digital photographers. It takes me longer, but I'm very happy with the results once I do have an image.
So something like this right here, have you retouched that or anything, or is that just an exact print from what you took with your camera?
No, I mean, I have to put it through Photoshop when I scan the film, but then once I have the image, I try to leave it as true to the original negative as I have it. I don't Photoshop, remove anything, or adjust the color.
I am here with
Bradley Hurst.
And can you tell me how long you've been growing that beard?
Just a few minutes.
Just a few minutes and you grew that beard, huh?
Yep.
You must be a manly man.
Sure am.
Cool. So what's your favorite thing down here so far today?
Well, my dad's down here. He's booth 1, Hurst Hand Blown Glass. You could go check it out. And my favorite thing down here is all the museums and his work.
That's really cool, huh?
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Maybe he can sew a beard on you.
Maybe.
We'll go talk to your dad and we'll get that arranged.
Okay.
Alrighty, thanks, man.
Yep.
So are there any big productions or anything, TV, movies that we could see some of your work in?
Actually, we did a show called Jim Henson Creature Shop. It was on Sci-Fi. we were on there for, it was a reality show where they tortured us into making creatures that usually take months. In 3 days we had to do it. So there's a lot of my work is on there. We're working on film Salt Lake City Punk, or SLC Punk 2, and another one called Juarez 2047, which is going to end up be a kind of a fun movie. It's got Danny Trujillo in it, sort of like Scarface meets Terminator kind of thing. So
Alrighty, very good. Well, we'll look for your work, and I appreciate you talking to me.
well, nice meeting you guys. Thank you.
I was gonna say some of the stuff is really cool. Like that's a really cool picture. And that, where do you like cruise along and have your camera and think that's gonna be a great picture? I'm gonna take a picture of that.
I just get off the beaten path and take like business highways, dirt roads, and see what I can find.
So you go out looking for just whatever.
Yeah, nothing really in mind, but I'll know it when I see it.
Have you ever been like just driving along and all of a sudden you're like not looking for anything and you're like, oh man, there's something, and don't have your camera with you?
Every once in a while. I don't like to think about that though.
You'll have to carry it in your glove box, maybe.
It's a pretty big camera. I wouldn't fix it in my glove box.
Is there a place where like someone wants to buy some of your art or wants to look into it more? Is there a website or something we can find it at?
Yeah, KristenSchlacke.com.
That easy.
That's it.
Right on. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alrighty, folks. Hey, that's going to do it for me. If you get a chance, come down, check out the Ogden Arts Festival. There's something for everybody. It's a great time.